Okay, recording this video on Wednesday, the 15th of March, 2023, just gone 9:04 p.m. Chicago time. Do hope you are doing well. So, pretty late to be putting out a video, but Wednesday's activity was pretty important, and I think we might have put in the lows, and we could have a couple of screamers Thursday and Friday, if I am correct. So, just going to be talking about the E-mini and the equities markets, none of the other markets in this video. I'm just going to quickly roll through my charts daily all the way down to tick bar charts so you can see the potential setup. So, who knows if this is going to work out or not, but I'm just explaining what I'm seeing on my charts and getting ready. So we'll start with the daily chart, and we've got the traditional view of the indicators, the better indicators, two panels, left and right hand side. Left hand side, everything to do with volume, right hand side, everything to do with price. The better momentum and the better pro-am indicators, when they are both pointing in the same direction as better sine wave, the price-based indicator, the background is printed in red for an uptrend and grey for a downtrend. You can see at the moment we're in this dark black zone. So I call this kind of the dark, and what we're doing in the dark is waiting for the next signal to trigger in the direction of the last trend. So we're in an uptrend on the daily chart because we've broken above the trailing stop on better pro-am, blue professional bars back in October, put in the low here, and we've been testing with the amateur bars, the last dark test down here, and with this test what we're potentially going to see is a cyclical turn in the intermediate time frame, which is an overshoot which is going to be held. So we're overshot the support on the lowest time frame here, support level, we've overshot that with a downtrend. That's why the bars are painted in white, and potentially here we've got a cyclical cross on the intermediate time frame coming in to catch that move. So we've overshot, we're going to get caught in the next highest time frame, and from there we could see a rally. So daily chart, 135 minute chart, let's go down a time frame. 3 135 minute bars in a day session of the E-mini exactly, and that intermediate time frame on the daily chart is a high time frame on the 135 minute chart. So here we're putting resistance and support on the highest time frame here is likely to be put in, and that's why we've got this little cross going on here. It's kind of weak at the moment, but we've got blue professional bars kind of come in. We had a nice little bullish divergence pattern on better momentum come in here, and if that holds, then we're going to rally and put in a bottom from these lows. 45 minute chart. Here you can see some rainbow patterns starting to pop up. So the last time we saw blue professional bars were at 4200 up here at the highs, the blue professional bars, and we saw them coming in here on the lows on Thursday, Friday, kind of selling it down. We get rainbow patterns with the amateurs trading here, kind of being panicked out by what happened on Sunday into Monday with the news of Silicon Valley Bank. They're panicked out, short at that point, and the market holds and rallies, and when we test back down, the blue professional bars step in at this point here. We've got a little pullback to end of trend on the lowest time frame. Here, for this to break into an uptrend, we need the bars to turn red. We need to break above 39.72 to kind of turn this thing into a confirmed uptrend. So we're not there yet on the 45 minute chart. On the 15 minute chart, here we've got some yellow vertical solid lines showing the beginning and the ends of the week. So this is Thursday into Friday activity, and you can see all the rainbow patterns here. Here's the test. There are the blue professional bars that come in here with less selling, so we've got a bullish divergence here on better momentum, and we put in a nice little pattern. I talk about the end of trends rippling through the time frame. So on the lowest time frame here, we've got a pullback to end of trend, putting in a left shoulder. Then we go pullback to end of trend on the intermediate time frame, putting in ahead of the move, and the next test that we'll have will be a right shoulder. From there we can start to rally. Now on this chart we're closer to breaking into an uptrend here. We've got red bars going on the better sine wave chart. We just need to get above this 39.57 for it to trick better pro-am into an uptrend, and we'll have the background printed in red. So the amateurs getting wrong-footed just like they did here at this high. There's those little rainbow patterns. There's a whole sequence of them kind of on top of that rally there. There we go, into those highs. They get wrong-footed, the market turns and go the other way. Similarly on the downside here, rainbow patterns, amateurs get wrong-footed, turns and goes the other way, tests into there, and we just need to kind of break up into 39.57 to trigger this into an uptrend and the red background. And when you go down to the 13,500 tip bar chart, so here we've got the overnight activity included plus the weekend, the Sunday night kind of into Monday activity here. And you can see here the background has just printed in red. So we're breaking into an uptrend at this point because we've triggered better pro-am here into an uptrend, and we got red bars going on. So we got price and volume both moving in the same direction, and we've triggered into an uptrend at that point. Kind of down here at the lows, you can see here it was a pullback to end of trend on the highest time frame, syncing up with a nice little pullback to, no, that's an end of trend, pullback to end of trend on the highest time frame. There's no sync going on here. We just got cyclical activity here, no trendy activity, so that's good. So we've got out of our cycles at this point. We've kind of got rid of that cyclical energy with the low and the intermediate time frame, and we're now starting to break into trending energy above resistances on the low and intermediate time frames here. We've got a triple break going on there. So that's the 13,500 tip bar chart. So we've gone all the way down from the daily chart to the tip bar charts, and you'll start to see the change in trend starting off in the lowest time frames and then starting to move through the 15, 45, 135 and so on. Interestingly, the NASDAQ has been pretty strong over the last couple of days. You can see the activity here. You compare the daily chart with the S&P 500 here. We've got resistances at these highs. But on the daily chart of the NASDAQ, we actually were playing with support on the highest time frame here. So it was never as weak a move down, and we've actually started to strengthen earliest in the NASDAQ here. First time we've seen blue professional bars since they were in here at the lows almost 10 months ago here with exhaustion sell bullish divergence. Amateur patterns at the high here. The amateurs getting wrong-footed. We moved to the lows. Amateurs up here getting wrong-footed down here at the lows, and now we've had blue professional bars coming in over the last 2 days. 304 on the Qs is kind of the level that will start to look interesting. 313 to break above intermediate time frames here, but we're close. So let's see if tomorrow's activity kind of takes us in that direction. The NASDAQ futures, similar thing, highest time frame here. We're just above that, and we're starting to hold. And the NASDAQ index itself, same thing, we're supports on the highest time frame. So it's definitely showing that the NASDAQ is the strongest of the lot. There's no blue professional bars on the index themselves, none on the futures. I would like to see that. If tomorrow's activity is a kind of a race to kind of break away, we might see some blue professional bars kind of take off to the highs and get above these levels. So that would be kind of nice to have. The other caveat is that we've still got the resistance on the highest time frame on the Emini kind of daily chart to get above. So we've still got that kind of energy to play out. So it's an important kind of day with Wednesday's activity. Overall, I'd say there was definitely a panic Friday into Sunday and Monday, and really with that kind of panic activity, did we get the sell-off that everybody was expecting over the last kind of couple of days? No, we didn't. We just kind of had a short panic into the Monday morning kind of open, all of the amateurs getting wrong-footed at that point here, and now the professionals have kind of stepped in. So let's see, could be an important day. Let's see what happens Thursday and Friday.